Hello people, this is Sarah, and today I am going to demonstrate how to use the clouds filter to create a very cool sort of abstract art within a poster. As you can see, I have already set up. So to start, we are actually going to pick colors first. So if you don't know how the clouds filter works, basically it will create a texture of clouds based on your foreground and your background color. For example, if I've got my white layer here, my white canvas, and I've got black and white selected, which are the default colors, and I go filter, and I go down to render and clouds, then you've got some clouds in black and white, of course, because that's what you're using. So I will undo that. And now I'm going to pick better colors because the black and white is kind of boring. So let's see, I'm going to do a magenta color like that. I'm seeing magenta. You might be seeing red. My monitor is, all monitors will display slightly different colors. And I am right here on the cusp of red and pink. So it could be, you could be seeing like a red. I'm not sure. So we've got our magenta. And then I'm going to do maybe a blue. Maybe like a limey blue. That's a bit minty. Okay. Minty fresh. Okay. Now we're going to see what the clouds tool. I always got a tool. It's the clouds filter, what it looks like when we do that again. So render and clouds. Oh, that's awful actually. I don't like that combination at all. Okay. So maybe we'll go for a different blue altogether. Okay. So we'll go with that blue and we'll undo that and we'll go filter and render and clouds. That is better. I like that. So if you haven't used the clouds filter before, you might notice that every time I do that, it kind of renders a different sort of pattern. So if I do it again, it'll be a slightly different, the clouds are in different places. So it's not rendering the same exact cloud pattern every time. So if you'd ever like it, you can just go and do it again. I'm going to undo because, I'm fine with this. This is great. All right. And now, you can be done. If you love this, then that is honestly great. But I don't really love how this looks so far. And I like layering things. So I'm actually going to create a new layer down here. And with that layer as well, I'll just turn that one off. And I'm also going to go render clouds. And I got this exact same thing, obviously slightly different pattern here, which is good for the effect that I'm trying to do. So I'm going to actually use the blend layer modes up here. And I'm going to set the top layer, my layer 2, because I'm not labeling my layers right now. Although you really should. But we're not really going to have a lot of layers here, so it's not going to get too complicated. So I'm going to set that. What was I going to set it to? I think hard mix. Yeah. Just to get something really awful looking. That's kind of hard on the eyes, right? Yes, it is. I think some of the other filters or blend layer modes are nice. This kind of looks like when you get really close on, something in a microscope. It kind of looks like that. A lot of bacteria and stuff. Whereas the hard mix, I kind of like, although that's cool. Just because you get that really hard edges in here. And there's actually a lot you can do with this. So that is all we're really doing with the clouds tools. But now I'm actually going to manipulate that. So because we use those two colors to create the cloud tools, if we go to adjustments, hue, saturation, if we adjust some of those colors, we can completely change how this looks when it's hard mixed on top of the other layer, which is very, very cool, I think, anyway. So you can change the hue to get something weird like that. You've got a lot of different colors going on. You can adjust the saturation here. And it's obviously not adjusting the saturation as you see. So when I bring this down, it's not getting rid of all the color in the image. And here it's not increasing the color because we have hard mix on right now. So it's, and I'm not really sure what hard mix does specifically, like how it interacts with the pixels. But it's not going to adjust the saturation because we have that blend mode on. Whereas in the actual image, it would. So I'll show you what I mean. So if I go back up to normal and then I go image adjustments, hue saturation, that's going to take away all the color. That's going to bring in, that's going to bring in a lot of color. And then this will, well, obviously it's going to, I hope that gave no one a seizure. I'm sorry if that gave you a seizure. That was a bit much. Let's go back. So yeah, I think you get the idea. That's actually really cool there. Maybe we'll just increase that. I like that. Okay, and then we'll bring that back to hard pin light. Linear light. Nope, hard mix. We're going with hard mix. Okay. And then bring this back up to image adjustments, hue saturation. And then you'll just see how changing that color with the hard mix blend mode on will change the complete and total look of the poster here. So you can basically just play around with this until you either go insane or find something that you really like. And usually it's some combination of both, going a little insane and finding something you like. So let's see what we've got. Got a lot of pinks and blues and a little dash of red there. If you can see, there's some red there right in the middle. And we can bring that. If you just want some weird textures or like a birthday party confetti look, then look, we've got that. And if you want to go the complete other way and, well, basically the same thing, but darker and, that's not bad actually. I would have that like on a wall maybe. But point is, we're trying to get like a nice texture where it's not too complicated, just sort of nice. And maybe there. That's not bad actually. I kind of like that. So then we're going to go, okay, now let's see what that image actually looks like. So on normal, that's what it looked like. And that's still our underlayer. And you can play with these as much as you like. You can obviously go in and change all the hue saturation. You can change everything. Adjustments. You can change the vibrance. You can go into camera raw filter and change all that. But I'm trying to keep it a bit simple here and just go with the not that one, with the top layer as hard mix, just so I have this really kind of interesting pattern. It kind of looks like a bunch of islands. Maybe I should change this so it's like a green color, right? It looks a bit topographical. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another layer to give this more of, a better look. I think it's a bit bright. A better look. I'm just going to give this a better look. Specifically, I want to kind of tone down the colors. So I'm going to take this magenta and I'm going to go, I've got a new layer here. So I'm going to go edit, fill, and I'm going to use the foreground color, my magenta. And now let's play with the blend mode effects. That's the word. Yes, the words. And we're just going to see how we can make that look good on top of all the other stuff we've got going on. Most of them don't look good. That's very subtle. I like the little question mark right in the middle, if you can see it. It's very subtle. That's not bad. But for the most part, it's just looking very similar. That's really cool, actually. I like that. And that's hue, so that's just changing the entire poster to that sort of reddy magenta color. And luminosity is terrible, and I hate it. Okay, that's fine. We can go back and find something better. And just like with the hard mix one, we can find a filter that we really like here somewhere. Oh, what do you like best? I don't know. I'm not doing this live. Why would I ask? Let's go with hue. No, we'll go multiply because that's not bad. And then we'll go image, adjustments, hue saturation. And I kind of like how different things pop up while I'm adjusting that. This looks like salsa. I mean, that's fine, but I'm not really going for a salsa look. That's not bad. Actually, I really like the colors in that. And then we've got some nice purple purples. And yeah, let's bring the opacity down from there. We have, what have we got here? I mean, there's so many things you can do. It's a really interesting texture, but maybe we'll go back into this one and play around with that one as well. And you can basically do this, as mentioned before, until you go completely insane and you're just like frustrated. You throw your keyboard at the monitor and you decide never to design again. or to create abstract art ever again. And that is that's a true story. All right, so we got pinks and we got some blues, and now we can go back to what we had before, or we can just not. So that's dissolve. As you can see, everything becomes little tiny dots. And what about this? What can we do here? Okay, hard light. Did we have that? Is that what we had before? I feel like my eyes are completely glazing over, but I actually really like that. Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm going to change. I've got my little text at the bottom here, and it's not showing up too well in the black. So I'm just going to double click on it because, as you notice, it is all in one beautiful little folder there. And when things are all in one folder, you can apply a layer style to the entire folder, which is very, very convenient. So let's go to a color overlay, and that's white. That is a perfect white. So we're going to do that, and then okay. And we can actually read the text. Well, I mean, you can't actually read that. That is very tiny. Hopefully you would be able to read it if I printed this, but I am not. Oh well. My old logo is there. I need to update that. Oh no. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly replace that right in the corner here. Put my guides back on because that is out of date. Goodbye, old logo. Be free. Be free. Okay. And for this, I'm also going to apply a blend layer. Blend mode, not blend layer, to make it beautiful and lighten it in there. Basically, it just gets rid of the outline and sticks it nicely in the corner. Or lets it fit nicely in the corner here. And I'll shrink that a little bit. Nope, don't stretch, just shrink. Okay. Like so. And done. I'm sorry, I totally should have done that before, and I just realized. The problem is my new logo is very similar to my old one. So at like a quick glance, I don't even notice it, but I think this one works a bit better. It's very, very similar, as you may have noticed, but it's just a bit more refined. Okay, so let's get back to the poster now. That was an interesting detour. Okay, what have we got? We have an interesting poster here, and I think we need some text. And what text could possibly be as good as the simple word clouds, which you can't read because it's in red. I'm sorry. Let's put it in blue. Clouds, and let's make it enormous. 72 is not enormous. Okay, we'll have to make it enormouser. More enormous. Perfect. This is hurting my eyes. Let's make this white. Oh, too much. Did I make that white? No, I pressed cancel instead. White, please. Thank you. Okay, no longer hurting my eyes. Just my brain. Okay, let's make this in caps. Clouds. Clouds. Did I forget the S? No, it's right there. Okay. So I think I like it in the middle. Let's see. I'm going to turn my guides on. These are guides that I have created manually. Maybe I should do a video where I show you how I always set up my guides. I could have done that this one. Well, I didn't do it, so I'm sorry. I didn't do that. Okay, now how about the kerning? Let's kern this a little bit. I think those ones are probably good. There's a little bit too much space between the U and the D here, so let's go window character and -25. Yeah, that's slightly better. Okay. Quick little change there. And then let's bring this. I kind of want it on an angle. That angle. The up and down angle. Okay, and then I'll bring my guides back. And I think I'm just going to plop it up in here, right up against the guide there, and bring it down a bit to there. No, to there. We'll go to there. And then I'm going to make it just a bit tinier because that's actually, we'll zoom out a little bit and see how that looks. It's not bad, actually. I kind of just like having the word clouds, or the idea of having the word clouds, you know, up in the clouds. Yeah. That's where my brain went. Okay, that's not bad. It's coming right there. Why does that look stretched? Is that just my eyes? Just do my eyes think it's stretched when it's not actually stretched? That's stretched. Ugh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's bring that down there. Maybe. Maybe it was better before. I think, yeah, we'll just leave it right there, and then I'll just bring that back over to it's aligning with the guides. Okay, beautiful. So we've got one clouds poster that is very, very pink and blue, but I think it would look really cool like on a wall. Honestly, I kind of like this. It looks very cool. And if you zoom in really closely, it does look like little islands and little tiny little islands in here. And maybe that's just because I've been playing so much Witcher and looking at the map constantly. But this to me looks like a map. Obviously not the colors so much, but that's fine. We can always change the color. Nope, not back to that though. If you want to get really crazy, you can duplicate that with Control-J because I am on a PC. Yeah, you heard me. And we could go, and what do we want to do with that? Well, we could change the color again. We could just, lighten's lovely. That doesn't do much. That does nothing. Okay, we could just change the color up. Adjustments, hue saturation. Oh, you know what? I think I've gone too far. Let's just delete. And what we're going to do instead is create a second poster. Oh yeah. Let's put that back there. Organize my layers. Oh, what have I done? Nope. Take that away. Take it away. Whew. That was close. Okay. Keep that at the top. What is this one? Oh, that's the logo. And then the text. And this is, we're going to put that in a little folder. We're going to call it Poster 1. And then I'm going to Control-J on that. And you know what we're going to call that? We're going to get really crazy. We're going to call it Poster 2. And bring that down here because 1 and 2 need to be in order. So we're going to unshow. We're going to hide. Hide is the word. It's not unshow, it's hide. Hide that poster. And now with this one, we can get really crazy. And let's go back into here on our, this is our lower clouds that we did. And we're going to bring up the camera raw filter and I'm going to increase the clarity and the texture. And what else? And maybe, do I want to do the tint or the temperature? Sure, it's a little more purpley. And that, yeah, why not? Exposure, no, the exposure I think we're going to keep where it is. And what does dehaze do? Nothing to this. Oh, actually now it looks like real clouds. Hey, look at that. Okay, I don't want real clouds, I want fake clouds. Okay then. And again, we're back to looking at bacteria, so that's fine. Oh, I've overcomplicated it. Okay. Oh boy. I'm sorry. Ooh. Well, if I still want to use hard max, oh gosh. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. Ooh, rough. Although I do like the specks of blue in that one. It's quite lovely. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to try to make hard mix work because I'm committed to making it work. So we're going to go image, adjustments, hue saturation, and try to fix this somehow. It's not going to be fixed with hue. Okay, maybe saturation. Ooh, hey, that's kind of pretty. And let's bring this down, or up, no, down. And let's just get like a little bit, just a teeny bit of color in here. Okay, that's a lot of blues and reds, which normally doesn't work so well together, but I mean, mostly it doesn't work if you've got like a bright blue text on a red background or vice versa, and then it's bad. But in this case, it's not terrible. So what if I change the hue now? Well, the green certainly should not be here. Okay, I think I liked somewhere in here. This is a print from like an 80s child's like pant or something. This is like, I remember wearing patterns or seeing patterns like this in like the early 90s or something on pants. Yes. I'm not sure if, maybe pants my brother wore. I don't know. Let's see, what have we got here? Maybe I kind of like that. It's very minimalist. Well, no, it's not minimalist. It's very, what's the word? It's more minimal than the in-your-face textures we had before. So it's kind of working for me. And then let's, okay, well, that's not going to do much. Do you want blacks or do you want the blues? I like the blues, and I think lightness we're going to just kind of keep where that was. So I want to get rid of all the little blacks in there. No, I think we're going to have some of them. If you can see, there's the tiny little ones in there. Just because there's not a lot of them here. Let's see. Maybe like that. Okay. I kind of like that. Now, I'm not actually going to make this like a pattern. I could, I mean, we're just doing a poster. So if I wanted to, and maybe for another video, I could make like a fully repeatable pattern, and then we could apply that to something in Photoshop and it would just repeat. Although I'm not great at doing that yet, so I'm going to have to take a few refreshers probably on Skillshare to figure out how to do that first. And then once I get really good at the pattern making, then I'll show you all how to do it. But in the meantime, I think we need to give it another color on top. Now, what color do we want? Let's go with, I don't know, magenta? No, how about not magenta? Because magenta is the only color I ever use. Yellow, orange, there we go. Okay, so let's go edit, fill foreground color. Ooh, now that's minimalist. Ooh, yeah. That makes me want to go and drink an orange juice. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got, where should we go from here? Ooh, that's kind of nice. What did it look like before? Actually, that's a nice color palette, actually. I like that. It's very, very bright, but it does kind of work. So let's see, Lighten is like a 4-year-old's birthday party. That's fun. Ooh, that's cool too. Oh, hey, I like that. I actually really like that. It's a bit bright, but I do like that. What have we got? So we can do a lot of different things in here. Let's see. Ooh, bubblegum. Somehow this is like a very nostalgic project for me. I don't know why. Okay, subtract is not bad. And wow, hue is not bad either. Color is bad and luminosity is bad. I hate them both. Which one did I like? Subtract? Okay, and that's really just taking away anything that was magenta. Okay, so what if we have that? A lot of this is experimental, but I really hope you're learning kind of just the ways you can sort of play around with things in Photoshop. And if you do want to make a really cool clouds poster, that you can really kind of adjust it to however you like. And there are like hundreds of ways that you can adjust this. So I'm only sticking to a few of the basic ones. And I do mean hundreds. It's Photoshop. It is a very extensive program. Okay, I like that. That is actually quite nice. We've got like a nice purple background. We've got like some magenta popping out. Ooh. No, too far. It went too far. Okay. So I like, the dark purple is nice. Of course, we're getting that from a cyan. That makes sense. Okay, what if we go back to this one? And we're going to adjust some of the hues again. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so we've got just like a few little bits of black in there, which are very hard to see. And then you've got the magentas. And let's see, saturation, is that going to do much? No, not much actually. And lightness does some. Lightness does some stuff. Okay, cool. I like this color scheme a lot, actually. So we go from like darkness, like what your eyes look like when they're closed in the night, just pure darkness. And then some bits of magenta or red. I'm not sure. It's my computer's got the like the night light thing on where the whole monitor turns kind of orange because it's late, and I don't like the blue light obviously in the evening. So I'm hoping this is the right colors. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll hate all of this. You never know. But honestly, that happens with every design project I've ever done. Next time I look at it, I hate it. So it's just how this goes. Okay, so without that blue layer, it is a party, and with the blue layer, it is like a more sophisticated, classy party. So that's not bad. This is kind of bothering me though, so I'm going to turn the guys back on and bring that down. That was silly. There we go. Now we have the proper amount of border space around the edges. Whew, I apologize for having that the way it was for so long. That was painful. Okay. So we have our poster 1, our poster 2. Somehow my logo has a tiny halo around it, so we're going to need to fix that. I don't think it had that with this one, did it? It did not. Oh gosh, that looks so bright by comparison. Oh, way too bright by comparison. But maybe it's fine. It's only by comparison why it looks so crazy. And that's fine. Should we do anything else? So if you are new to Photoshop and you're just sort of following along playing with the clouds tool, then one, that is awesome. And two, if you get to a point where you have a texture you really like, but you want to change the colors and you're not really sure how to kind of do that, honestly, the easiest way is just to duplicate your entire folder here, assuming you're keeping things in folders. Be organized, it really helps. And then just duplicate that. Control J, or I guess Command J, if you're on a Mac, like most designers are. Then we'll call this poster 1 modified. And then I am just going, I'm actually just going to go and take all of the background, so everything but the text here, and I'm just going to right click and go merge layers. So now this entire pink and blue image is just one layer, so I can manipulate that completely on its own. Or I could also just see how that looks on top of poster 1. No, okay. Let's take off poster 1. And now we can go into image adjustments, hue, saturation again, and you can just sort of manipulate it as it is. So if you just wanted to maybe make it like a little more purpley and magenta-y, then you can do that, or basically whatever you want. So you're just sort of manipulating the image itself without having to worry about all the other layers. And that's a really, really cool way to just be like, all right, I like what I have, but I want to change it, and then really not have to worry too much about everything else. Okay, let's go too far with this. Yeah, okay. No, let's not go too far with that. Temperature, you can change the temperature. We've got tint. No, okay. Point is, you can do this very quickly with just some minor color adjustments. So let's see what that looks like if we back it up. It still looks like bacteria, but like really fun bacteria. So that is our poster 1 modified. Then we've got our poster 1 unmodified, which is quite bright. Then we've got our poster 2. Should we do a poster 2 modified, or should we maybe bring in some more color? It's hard comparing the two, because when you compare, this one is insanely bright. But after you've looked at this one for a while and you go back to this one, you're like, this one has nothing on it. Oh, man. It's a rough life. Yeah, what do I do with this one? Well, after I do need to get rid of the halo effect on my logo there. Are you seeing like a blue on the clouds here? Nope, that's just my eyes. Okay, I've been looking at this for way too long. And that probably means you have been too. So I am sorry for this taking so long. But let's see if we can image adjustment this so it's maybe like that. Okay, I'm a little more happy with that. Okay, and now that we have that, we of course need to do a poster 2 modified. So again, I'm going to go Control J or Command J, and then I will unshow. I will hide that one, and I'll go poster 2 modified, and I will take the under layers, the bluey, and the 2 cloud layers, and I will go merge. And now, is it getting blurry? No. It looks blurry when you zoom out. You don't see I think it's just because there's so many different details. So many tiny, intricate little details on these forms that when you zoom out really far, it just can't process a lot of the information. So it gets a little blurry, and that's fine. As long as it looks good when it's like printed or on the web, then that's great. So we're going to go into hue and saturation and just make any changes we want. This is a little flowery. I kind of like that. It's like petals floating around a pond or something. Ooh, so pretty. Ooh, so toxic. Yeah, that's like toxic sludge. Okay, that's not bad actually. That's a little more purpley with some nice oranges. That's quite pretty. Or we can go, where was the other way? I like this because the blacks show up a little bit better. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna go with that. This is my modified. Although I don't know if you're seeing it, but there is some, nope, Okay, that was all in my head too. I was seeing, and maybe you're seeing this, but it looks like there's like around these shapes, there's some purple, but then you zoom in and there's no purple. So that's actually fine. I'm glad there is no purple. It just looks like there is on my monitor, which probably means it's showing up for you because you are watching this. But I think we're going to ignore that because I think that is just because of the same information processing thing. Ooh, zoom in on that continent. Yeah. Look at that beach. Look at that beautiful little black beach. That little island with a little bay. And oh, I want to live there. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, now we have to do the logo thing. So the reason why that is doing that is because I am, of course, using Lighten. So I am using a blend mode rather than actually having a proper non-outlined version of the logo because of sheer laziness. And that's fine because this isn't going to a client who will misuse it. This is just for my own purposes. And it actually is very helpful in showing you what to do in this circumstance when you're using your logo and it's not working. So we're going to go maybe back to normal while I try to figure out what to do. So I think maybe we actually need to do a different or multiple, what am I saying, layers of this logo that work on each one of these. Yeah, I think, or we could just, maybe, this is a no-no most of the time. Just delete that. And that was just white. But obviously it looks kind of weird because I just did a very, very quick and not so wonderful way of getting rid of that. And we'll just go Lighten or Screen. Screen kind of works. So just got rid of the outline, and from far away it looks fine, and from close up it actually looks fine. You've still got the little textures in there from the shadows, and yeah, that actually works pretty well. Okay, so I'm happy with that, and it works, and it's tiny, and hopefully next time I will remember to keep that there because I don't want to use my old logo. So that's about it. All right, so I hope you guys learned some stuff about how to use the clouds filter. Now there is also a difference clouds filter if you probably knew that, which is obviously in the same area. It's filter, render, and difference clouds, which is an entirely different thing. And sometimes, or most of the time, it doesn't look so great because it doesn't take the colors that you're using. It takes, I don't know, is it the inverted colors? It kind of takes, like if I go and I use this magenta and then I grab, let's go with this blue color for my background and make a new layer. Go filter, difference clouds. Ooh, never mind. Try that again. Filter, render, difference. Am I selected? Do I have something selected? Maybe I do. Okay. Filter, render, difference clouds. Okay, maybe it doesn't like that entire layer is blank. So we'll go fill, and we'll just put white in there. There we go. And then we'll go filter, render, difference clouds. There we go. So you see it doesn't take the pink and the navy blue. It takes what we've got, like an orange or like a very, very light orangey beige and a green, which is, it's harder to know what that's going to do. But there are many instances where it's actually really cool. For instance, when you do difference clouds, and then you do difference clouds, and then you do difference clouds, and then you do difference clouds, and you just keep doing that over and over again until you go mad. But it seems that it kind of acts upon itself every time you do it. So it sort of builds clouds upon clouds upon clouds until you have like a really neat kind of texture. Whereas I don't think clouds actually does that. So if I go render clouds and go render clouds again and render clouds, it just sort of creates a new clouds texture every time, but it doesn't build upon the previous in the same way that difference clouds does, if that makes any sense. Like I can keep going difference clouds, and you see it's getting more and more intricate of a texture. Now we have something that resembles like the surface of a weird soup, perhaps, maybe a witch's brew. That's what that looks like. So that's all I'm really going to do with difference clouds because I don't really like using it that often. Although I think I have used it when I did the nebula, I believe. But honestly, I can't remember. That was a while ago. So anyway, we're going to delete that. That was just to show you. So I've got my 4 posters here, and I should probably just call them poster 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I'm not. So we've got our poster 1 modified, our poster 1, our poster 2 modified, and our poster 2. And I think I like poster 2 modified. And yeah, I think I like the modified versions the best. Yeah, all right. Let me know what you guys think, which is your favorite poster in the comments. And let me know if there's anything else you think I should do with, the clouds filter or with these awesome posters. There's a lot of stuff I can do. I was just trying to keep this kind of simple. And honestly, I was trying to keep this short and that didn't really happen. But hopefully you learned something. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.